All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast, or my opinion of stuff, whatever you call it. After 3 weeks of Jake Paul trying to get Tommy Fury to come to the Americas, he has officially took him out to fight, and he will be fighting Mr. What's his name? Mr. Hasim Rahman Jr. I think he's a professional boxer. I think he's 12-1. I think, yeah, he's 12-1. And they've had a beef for a while now, and he wants to fight him. Which I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I kind of wanted Tommy Fury to fight because he's a big name. He's got the Fury. He's the Fury blood. But he just didn't want to fight him. Apparently, it's the second time that Tommy Fury has dropped out of the fight. That's crazy, bro. After a whole month almost of him not trying to contact the teams, or they're not doing moves around, and Jake Paul was like, that's enough. It's been like a whole month already, so he just got tired of it. And I mean, I would be too. It's the second time this happens, and I was scared we were gonna see a Tyron Woodley 3. I was expecting that call from Tyron Woodley that like he was ready, but I guess he gave up now. But we're gonna see Rahman Jr. fight this time, which I don't know how good he is. I hope he's pretty good at it, actually. I've never seen him fight. I've never heard of him before, actually. But Jake Paul said they sparred a couple years ago when he wasn't that good at boxing yet, and that they got mad at each other or something. So I guess this is a really good fight for him then. If they don't like each other, then we're gonna settle this on the ring on August 6th, which is right around the corner next month. I feel like it's still gonna be a good fight night, even though Mr. Tommy Fury does not show up. It's still gonna be a good fight. Do I ever see Tommy Fury ever fighting Jake Paul again? Nah, I wouldn't give him the chance if I was Jake Paul. It's not worth it. I don't want him to drop out again for the third time. Tommy Fury has to fight maybe 5 more fights before he wants to go to Jake Paul. He offered him a good amount of money, and he didn't want the money apparently. But yeah, it's all changed now, and I feel like it's still gonna be a good fight. I'm excited to see what the other guy has. But my predictions, I'm gonna go for Jake Paul, but I think he's also a professional boxer, so I think it's gonna be a big test for him. Anything can go wrong for him this fight, so he really has to really train hard for this one. He's got it. This one will show us what Jake Paul has and what his future holds of his professional career. But I feel like it's gonna be fine. We also have Amanda Serrano against Brenda. I forgot. I can't see her last name. Carvajal. I don't know. But obviously I want Amanda Serrano to win this. She's pretty good at fighting. She lost her last fight, but I feel like she'll bounce and come back harder this time. And Jake Paul hasn't been fighting his best these last 2 fights, even though he really knocked him out and won. But his technique wasn't there. Probably because he was fighting a tough opponent like Tyron Woodley, so you don't have to he probably was a little nervous and didn't perform as well as he usually does. But I think that's good for him. I think that should have helped him with his next fight coming up. I think he will perform better, and it depends how this guy fights. But I think it's gonna be tough. But he can pull through this and win. And if he beats him, if Jake Paul wins, he's the real deal. He's the real deal now. Like he could call himself a boxer if he can beat this guy, or do some good damage and perform really well. Obviously. But yeah, Tommy Fury is done. My man is gone. He had all the chances, didn't take it. That's his problem. move on, next opponent. So yeah, I don't see Tom Fury ever come back. He had two chances, man. First time, I mean, understandable. Second time, I mean, kind of your fault too, but and didn't reach out to the teams. That's on you too, if you really wanted the fight. But I guess he'll have to try to get somebody else, and not probably won't be in America either. Because if I was him, I wouldn't be trying to fight America, since he can't even come in. So yeah, I think Jake Paul's got this one. Yeah, and I'm excited to watch KSI versus Jake Paul in the future. Yeah, I already know who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Big KSI. He's the GOAT. I feel like he can beat him. But anyways, I think Jake Paul's still good at boxing. He's earned his respect. So that's KSI. And they work hard. They show that they can actually become professionals and inspire people to believe that they can do anything they want. So yeah. But my prediction is Jake Paul will win. I don't believe he'll get a knockout. It might go to the final rounds, like decision. I don't think there's gonna be a KO, but if there is, I'll be surprised. I think it will go to distance, and Jake Paul will get it. That's what I believe right now. I haven't watched much of the other guys' tapes, but that's what I will say for now. Once the fight night comes, I'll probably have a different perspective. And the press conference will be soon, I believe. Maybe next week. But it's going to be fun. Madison Square Garden, August 6th, Saturday. Fun. It's going to be fun. I'm excited about this. Alright, guys. Y'all go ahead and drop your comments. Who do you think is going to win this fight? Are you team Jake Paul? You team Hasim Jr.? Just let me know. Who do you think is going to win? And what rounds, or will go to distance, or KOs, or I don't know. Y'all let me know. Alright, anyways, it's been great talking today, and I will see you again for the next video. Peace.